Hi, Mayor Pete. You've seen war firsthand. I'm wondering, under what circumstances would you consider the use of military force?
You know, when you have been ordered abroad on the command of a U.S. president, you think a lot about what's at stake in that office. And there's nothing more grave than the fact that that office holds the power to deploy troops into war zones. I'm really concerned about the fact that right now we're seeing that power talked about in a very casual way. First, there was saber rattling, a suggestion that we would send troops to deal with Venezuela, which, as horrible as the situation is there, is not one where I see U.S. lives at risk. And now you see the same thing, or something different, but that same kind of saber rattling with Iran. By the way, reportedly engineered by John Bolton, who was one of the people who built the war in Iraq. How somebody who is behind that, one of the worst foreign policy mistakes in American history, is allowed anywhere near the situation room of a president who claims, probably falsely, but claims that he was against the Iraq war all along, is unbelievable to me. The next president will have two major jobs overseas. One of them is just establishing U.S. credibility again. But the other one is setting a bar, and I believe it must be a higher bar than we've had so far, on what it takes for troops to be deployed overseas, especially unilaterally. And I think that that bar has to be based on when core U.S. life or death interests are at stake. And if they're not, or if they're not immediately threatened in a way that leaves us no other choice, then it doesn't mean we retreat into our shell. We can use economic, diplomatic, cyber, and other security tools in order to deal with it. But you do not send young men and women into war when there's an alternative.